What's up, guys? So I just want to talk today about what I think the market makers, the market manipulators have in store for us, because I believe that there are some traps being set up inside of the market right now. And I'm going to explain it to you guys, prepare you guys for what's going on with Bitcoin and the crypto market. You guys know I usually, kind of stay within the meme coin markets, and that's kind of like where I'm always at. But I do hold spot in crypto. I do trade perpetuals here and there. So I think we do need to talk about it. And I'm going to continue providing these, market analysis videos as long as you guys like them, right? So I think it is very important to talk about this and for you guys to understand not only just like technical analysis or, fundamental things, but also what the market manipulators, the market makers actually want. Because believe it or not, there are people out there, yes, they actually control the markets and they do certain things in the short term that makes them money, and they control the market, and it's just how it works. So I want to talk about the price of Bitcoin and what it's been doing. So November 3rd, November 4th, very, very sharp move down, right? Then we get to about 98 and we kind of recover a little bit back up to 104. So it's not really enough of a recovery. It's a nice recovery, but it's not enough of a recovery to be like, okay, we're turning bullish and, we're good, we're saved. There's still a lot of fear in the market. There's still a lot of people saying that we're bearish, bear market, all of that, right? But what I notice about this typical pattern right here, excuse me, what I notice about this pattern right here is this usually is what happens when we get like a sharp dip. So we'll get a sharp dip like we did here from, all the way at 115 down to 98, right? 98 is very, very low for Bitcoin right now. So we get these sharp dips and then we kind of recover a little bit, and then the market will chill for a couple of days. During this time that the market is chilling out, maybe consolidating a little bit, the market manipulators, the market makers are trying to decide what exactly they need to do to make the most money, right? They don't care about anybody's feelings. They don't care. In the long term, obviously, crypto is going to go up. They're probably holding some spot, but they're trying to figure out what makes the most sense, right? So they want to liquidate people. That's what they want to do. All right, so I'm going to draw this out for you guys. So here's how I'm going to do it. I don't want this color. I want we'll do blue or something like that. Okay, so right, boom. Market drops, price is down. Obviously, we have a bunch of longs that get liquidated, right? So these are our longs, boom. They just get clapped, wiped out. Longs are gone. They're cooked, right? So they grab all of that liquidity. And then people are basically saying, oh, we're in a bear market. Everybody's losing hope, bear market. That's all I'm seeing everywhere, is everybody thinks we're in a bear market. So they're putting in massive, massive shorts. Everybody thinks we're going bear, right? So then that's when these people put in all these shorts, right? So shorts are in. Then we get that recovery. So as you can see right here, kind of how we dumped all the way down to 98. People were like, oh, this is it. Like, crypto's over. We're done for. 98K, sub 100K Bitcoin. So then we get that little recovery, right? We got that recovery back up into 104. Now, the market makers just successfully manipulated a lot of money in longs. A lot, which I'm going to show you guys on the liquidation maps. And then they liquidate people off of the small recovery, right? It's a recovery that's, not necessarily enough to say that we're bullish, but it's enough to actually just get some of that money out of these people, right? So boom. They get that. Now it kind of just chills like right around this area, right? Now we're just kind of like chilling, and you can kind of see it here. Like, we bounce up, we go down, and now we're just here. We're in this area. So basically what my theory is, and what I've seen before, and what makes sense, and you have to think from a market maker's mindset, is now they want to figure out what makes more sense. Should we start wiping out more longs, or should we start wiping out more shorts? Where can we get the most money in the short term? Now this is where you need to head over to liquidation maps as well. So just looking at the liquidation maps, you can clearly see we're on the 30-day right now. You can see that going short, the short liquidations, there is way more there to grab. So people aren't necessarily convinced that we are, still in a bull market. People are more convinced that we're pushing into a bear market. Go short, go short. There's much more to grab off of shorts. You can see this even on the 7-day. And on the 1 day, it's a little bit more balanced for sure. But overall, people are still convinced that we're going into a bear market. We're going into a bear market, right? So you have to think, as a market maker, what are you going to do? You're going to go up there and grab that shit. So basically, they're at a point right now where they're trying to decide, where should we go? Is there more people saying that it's a bear market? Is there more people saying that we're back? And simply put, even just based off of looking at liquidation maps and stuff like that, you can clearly tell that there is more reason for them to push. I'm not saying back up to 120, but even back up to 115, back up to 110, rather than just pushing further and further down. I mean, they could go all the way down to, I don't know what, like maybe like within this range, like 97 to 93, or maybe even lower. Nah, probably 93 to 97. But it's just like, what's the point? They already got most of their juice out of this, right? Now they have a ton of people betting on bear market, betting going short. That's all I'm seeing everywhere. So it just does not make sense. You have to think as somebody who controls the markets, as somebody who's a market manipulator. You have to think what they're going to do. And it only makes sense that, you know, maybe there's a 20% chance that some sort of big companies, somebody starts selling off a lot of Bitcoin and it triggers something. And, you know, that's the only thing I could really think of, though. Other than that, I think it makes complete sense coming from market makers' standpoint that there's not much left to grab if we go down. There's a lot more to grab if we go up. So that being said, right now, I'm currently betting that we go up. I think there's a higher percentage chance that we go up. And I can continue to update you guys on this. Typically, I'll do this on my Instagram rather than on YouTube with long form videos. But I just wanted to make you guys aware of what's going on in the market right now. Basically, we had a sharp drop, like I said. We get that small recovery. And now we kind of just sit, we chill, we consolidate, and they want to find out what their next move is, what makes most sense for the market makers to obtain more crypto, to make more money in the short term. And I feel like they already wiped out pretty much everything that they could. Going all the way down to 98, they could push it lower, but it makes more sense to push higher and liquidate those people that are in shorts right now. There's a lot more money, a lot more crypto in shorts right now than there is in longs. And of course, there's more technical things you can go into about it. You can go more fundamental into it. But thinking from market maker standpoint, like I said, that's what you have to think about. And personally, my perspective on the bear market is I don't think we're anywhere near that yet, just because we dipped down to 100K. I think this next move definitely has some sort of determination in that, but I don't think this is the move that determines we're in a bear market, crypto's cooked, whatever, right? What I think would put us in a bear market is if we do push down from here and we just kind of have no volume to just push back up. If we dip down from here, volume dies, we start trickling off. I think that's what could actually send us into a bear market, but I don't think we're anywhere near that yet. And I don't think there needs to be as much fear as there is right now, but there's a ton of fear. There's a ton of liquidations going short rather than going long. So keep in mind, this is my perspective. I'm not telling you to necessarily do anything with this information. But, you know, whether you do or don't, that's up to you. But personally, I'm going to be betting that we get some sort of recovery here, whether it's to 110, 114, somewhere around there. Not saying we push up to 125. Maybe we do. But I think right now it makes more sense that we push up. Not saying we can't dip maybe back to 99 again, just around this area. But I don't think there's any reason for us to go bear market right now. That's my point of view. But yeah, I mean, that pretty much sums it all up. I just wanted you guys to understand how market manipulators think and something that maybe you guys can add into how you trade. And, you know, when it comes to thinking about the next trade that you're going to place. Yeah, so let me know if you guys want more Bitcoin analysis videos. Let me know if you guys like this type of content when it comes to, actually reading the crypto charts as well, not just meme coins. I'm going to have some more meme coin tip videos coming out, some more strategy videos as well. And if you guys like videos like this, then I'll come out with some more. But yeah, open up your mind to how you think, especially when placing these trades. Be careful. Low leverage right now. And yeah, I'll update you boys on Instagram. Instagram is in the description of this video, but that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this opened up something in your mind, or maybe expanded on a thought that you were already feeling. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in a few days, and we'll just see what happens.